Delaney had been listening to Zach's grandmother, Geraldine, and Elise from outside the hospital room. I don't mean to interrupt, but how is this a mystery? Sure, we both have the same injury, but that's just a coincidence. You weren't invited into this room and no one asked for your opinion. You've known me since I was a kid, now you don't even want to see me? Yes, I've known you for long enough to see how shallow you are and to resent you for what you did to my grandson. Now leave. Delaney stormed out of the room. She approached Zach. Why is everyone treating me with so much suspicion? Elise could have been the one to orchestrate all this. Zach approached Delaney and patted her on the shoulder consolingly. You've got to let go of your grudge against Elise. Zach entered his grandmother's hospital room and sat by her side. Thank you for calling Elise to be here. She's such a good girl. You should do a dying woman a favor and save your marriage. Zach kept his face impassive. I'd be willing to give our marriage another chance if you are, Elise. I can't promise anything because you've hurt me deeply, but I'm willing to try. I knew it. My illness has been worth something if it could bring you two back together. Elise and Zach said their goodbyes to Geraldine and headed back into the hallway. Zach froze. Delaney had been listening outside the hospital room the whole time. Elise walked away, deciding to leave Zach and Delaney their privacy. Zach found Elise a little later, having a coffee in the visitors area of the hospital. He sat next to her. Try to go easy on Delaney if you see her. She's really hurting right now. Of course. I'm not gonna kick her while she's down. So you understand that she'll still be around? She's one of my oldest friends. Elise reeled back in surprise. That's insane, Zach. You know she wants to be more than your friend. She wants to replace me as your wife. Elise, please don't be like that. I don't want anyone to get hurt, and I'm not letting anyone steal me away. Elise leveled Zach with an extremely unimpressed glare. I'm going home. Come home with me to my place and let me take care of you. Fine. Henry crossed over to Zach and Elise in the visitor area. Is everything okay? Zach's grandmother is doing as well as she can be. We're all about to head home. I'm taking Elise back to my place to take care of her. I'll give you some money for a cab to get you home. I appreciate you being there for Elise and accompanying her here. Henry paused. Something about Zach's energy felt very off. You don't have to, but that's very kind. Zach pressed a $50 bill into Henry's hands. I insist. The drive back to Soho was quiet, with Elise staring out the window in contemplation. When they arrived at the apartment, Elise walked to the kitchen and started to reach for the pantry to make herself a cup of tea. Zach placed a gentle hand on her arm. You're still injured. Let me get it for you. I'll take a chamomile tea if you haven't run out. Coming right up. You took care of me for so many years, now it's my pleasure to take care of you. Elise nibbled her lip thoughtfully. Is that what this is about for you? You need to be needed, so now that I'm vulnerable, you're willing to recommit to our marriage? Who put that idea in your head? I had a long conversation with Theo the other day. That traitor. You haven't answered my question. I like feeling like you need me. It doesn't mean that I want you to be injured all the time. Elise's expression soured. Why is that a bad thing? Acts of service are my love language. Would you really deny me that? Did you just say you love me? Zach knelt in front of her chair. I love you, Elise. If there's one thing I've learned in the last few weeks, it's that I can't live without you. Elise sauntered over to Zach and kissed him slowly and sweetly. Zach kissed her back. Soon enough, they ended up in Zach's bed, a tangle of limbs hidden among the sheets. Elise decided to be bolder than she'd been in the past in their lovemaking. Elise, I didn't know you had it in you. Where did you learn that? A lady has to have her secrets. That right there, that doesn't seem like you. Did Theo tell you that's what I like? I don't need you to put on a show for me. Elise disentangled herself from him. Well, if you don't like it, we can stop. No, I don't want you to leave. I just want you to stop acting like something you're not. You always treated me like some kind of fragile doll that was gonna break instead of a grown woman. I could go for a shower. How about you? Elise nodded warily. They entered the shower together, and Zach began to plant kisses along Elise's neck and shoulder, massaging her expertly. She closed her eyes and felt like she was in heaven. Elise turned around and kissed Zach back. Consequences could wait until the morning.
Hi, I am Elise. I hope you are enjoying the show after the divorce. If you are wondering what happens next, click on the link in the description to listen to the full audio series. You can also watch the next episode here in the playlist.